Hello and welcome to Recall Gaming Exploits, and this is another random news. No, actually it's not random news. It's not. It's a rumour mill. Oh yes, we're back with the rumour mills. It's been a long time. Back into my realm of amateur dabbling, I guess. Anyway, so what are we going to be talking about? Well, we're going to be talking about monthly subscription services. Yeah, sounds exciting. Trust me, it's important. It's actually something that's been disturbing me recently with the recent events that have occurred, namely the EA Access announcement. Now, a lot of people have got excited, and obviously I haven't. I've been completely against the idea. I have done my own calculations, and through my own opinion, it is a complete and utter rip-off. But that was done in previous videos. We're not covering that today. No, we're covering the broad scope of monthly subscription services. Like the long-term consequences, possible consequences of this. You see, I'm just going to jump straight into it right now, actually. If EA Access is a success, if they make a decent profit off it, then I guarantee they're not the only publishers that are going to be going, I want a bit of that monthly subscription pie. No. Every major publisher will go for this. They will. I mean, I personally and a few analysts have thought in the past that monthly subscription services would be the future of gaming. What we didn't think is, well, what I didn't account for was the fact that it would be the publishers providing the service. This is a nightmare situation in my eyes, because what we're going to have is say, like, you're going to end up. Perfect example for you. Right? You're planning your year's worth of gaming, because you're going to have to do that from now on, because you're going to have to subscribe to different services. So you have to take what money you can afford and subscribe to the services at certain dates so you can afford them, for instance. So it'd be like, right, so I've paid for EA £30, I've paid for Ubisoft, that's another £25, I've paid for Activision, which is another £35 for a year. Plus you're probably going to have a Rockstar one and God knows how many others that you have to pay for on a yearly basis or monthly basis. £5 a month is nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. Yeah, it fucking is something. Rage. And so you're going to pay out to up to 5 or 6, 7 different publishers for 5, 6, 7 different services, which are being compared to Netflix. Now, I'm sorry, but if you're going to compare EA Access to Netflix, sorry to go back to EA Access right now, but I've seen this happen a lot. Loads of people, professional journalists, comparing EA Access to Netflix. Right, how many films are on Netflix? Thousands. How many games do you get as a part of your EA Access package? 5. It's only 5. 5. I can count that on one hand. Games. In fact, is it even 5? I think it's 4. Is it? We've got FIFA, Battlefield, Madden, Peggle. 4 games. 4. It's not even 5. So, sorry, 4 compared to thousands. It's not Netflix. When it has hundreds, maybe just hundreds, I might compare it to Netflix, but it's not. 5 old, soon-to-be out-of-date games that are going to be worth jack shit. Anyway, fucking calm. Away from EA Access, Jesus. Anyway, so you pay out all your money to all the different publishers for their different services, which are basically going to end up being the same thing with different bonuses and perks attached to them. What they will be yet to be seen, but it won't be far different from what EA Access has got right now. Herein lies the problem. You're paying out for 5 different monthly or yearly subscriptions. Then, on top of that, you're going to be paying for the new games that come out at full price. Well, I say full price, possibly at a 10% discount, which at $54.99 equates to a £5.49 discount, which drops you back to £49 something. So it's not really that much of a discount. You're dropping a fiver. Whoa. Hold on. Let me strap myself in. 10% discount. It's not fucking nothing. It's absolutely fuck all, in fact. So I wouldn't wipe my ass on a 10% discount. It's just not worth it. So, I mean, who is really going to go out and spend that much money on all these different subscriptions, and then, like, say you got a decent release from each of those publishers, that's like, you know, you got five times $54.99. It's a lot of money. It just adds up and adds up and adds up and adds up. And I really don't see the average person out there being able to go, oh yeah, I'll spend 30 quid here and I'll spend 30 quid there, I'll spend 30 quid there per year, or £5 per month here and there, and then buy games on top of that. It's just not going to happen. Something has to be done. And my personal opinion is, yes, we could have a subscription-based service, and yes, it could work, but not under the lockdown and restriction of a publisher. Because you'll say you get EA access, and then Ubisoft comes out of a monthly subscription. You can only afford one. You can only afford one of these. So what do? Do you pick Ubisoft or do you pick EA? Because if you pick EA, you're locking yourself out of every Ubisoft game. You pick Ubisoft, you're locking yourself out of every EA game. Potentially. So, what we need... Because, I mean, you've got to imagine this times by how many different publishers have their own different services that you may or may not be able to afford. Plus, you know, buying games on top of that price, at full price, or at a minor discount. It's a joke. What we need, if you're going to go down the subscriber route, we need third-party subscriptions. Right? Third-party subscription services. So they don't really have any exclusivity deals when it comes to them. They might do, say, for launch of games. If you look at previous services, like I'm English, so I'm going to use LoveFilm and Netflix, which is now partnered up with Amazon, but I'm going to call it LoveFilm. So you've got LoveFilm, Netflix. Well, certain films would appear on Netflix before LoveFilm. They would have a certain deal. This is a brand new release. We get this for a couple of months before it turns up on LoveFilm, but LoveFilm will still get it eventually. You won't get that. You won't ever get Assassin's Creed pop up on EA Access. Ever. It just wouldn't happen. So we need third-party subscription services, and then you don't get restricted. You don't get invested in singular publishers. It's a horrible thought to think, but there's a thing called cognitive dissonance. It's usually used to describe fanboyism. And fanboyism, it is spurned from, I have invested this much of my time, money and effort into getting this product, and now I am in that product and I have this many games and accessories for it. So you become invested emotionally with that product, and some people get it more than others, and you get full on fucking fanatical fanboys, and you get people that just, yeah, I prefer PlayStation, you know, normal people. So the problem is they have a massive loyalty, and there's certain people out there that will defend that beyond belief because they are invested in that and they feel a connection with that for some reason, and it's described with cognitive dissonance. That's how they explain it. The problem is you're going to have the same thing happen for subscription-based services. So the reason why EA are releasing EA Access in the first place, so that they get your loyalty to their brand. You feel loyal to their brand, you will defend it high heaven. If a better deal comes along, you're going to be less likely to take it because you are invested into their brand, into their service and what they provide. Whether it be better or worse, that's not a thing to you because you have already paid into it. That's the whole problem with it. If you have a third party one, you don't get restricted and you don't end up being attached loyally to just one brand within the whole gaming industry. You can, if it's third party, or like it is now, there is no party and you just pick and choose what you want, that you're not restricted at all. This thing that's going to happen down the line, people are going to find themselves restricted to certain games because they can't afford all of the different service packages for all the different services that will become available to them. So, yeah. It is a possible dark road that we're going to go down, and I am not looking forward to it at all. What we really need, when I say third-party subscription service, we need Netflix for games. That's what we need. We need third-party system, Netflix, just gets games from all the different publishers and collects them together like they do with the movie studios for the Netflix filming. It doesn't necessarily have to be Netflix, the company that runs Netflix. It could be anyone that sets this up, and you just get a bit of EA, which probably won't join in now because they've got their own little thing, so fuck EA. They can get a bit of Ubisoft, get a bit of Rockstar together, get a bit of Deep Silver in there, all the different publishers, and just push them together and make gaming love for everybody, and then people pay a subscription fee and get to play all the games and just stream them. In the future, that's the other thing, future of gaming, streaming. It won't be downloading and installing and using your own hardware. No, you'll be streaming your games to whatever bloody screen you want. essentially, as long as it was attached to some form of like CPU and the internet, like smart TV, or fuck it, you could play Sonic on your smart fridge in the future, for fuck's sake. Yes, that is a joke, but it's also serious. You could probably do that. So it's a weird thought, because I remember when fridges just used to be fridges. Now they have all sorts of crap going on. There is actually a smart fridge that can connect to a Samsung phone. Let's go for that. Why? I don't know, but it happened. So yeah, I mean, future of gaming is streaming and subscription services, and I hope that we get a third-party option, because I don't want to be sitting there bum-loving publisher brands. Getting brand loyalty in there, getting forced to buy from their brands and incentivized to make purchases that I don't need to make on games that I don't want because some discount. I mean, we see it with the Steam sales. You see a game and you see it's 80% off, and it's actually good value, because like it'll be like, oh, it's a £20 game, but it's only like £5 now, or £3 or something stupid like that. So it's a £20 game. Buying it £3, and it's like, hey, you would never buy that game normally, but you do, because the incentive is there to buy it, because that deal is only going to be there for a limited time. That's what they're going to do. They're going to be pulling this kind of shit on a daily basis for these subscription services. I don't want it. You're basically renting most of the games. That EA Vault thing as well, actually, before I go, the games that come as free, as people have been saying, free, the best comment I've seen so far, and I've seen it quite a few times, is, oh, but you get 4 or 5 games for free when you pay for EA Access. Hold on, let me just get it straight. They're free when you pay for. You just said that you've paid for something. They're not free because you've paid already, you dick. Yeah, so like they're not free at all. Those games, they're not yours. Those games that you get access to with EA Access, you're just allowed access to them. It's a rental. You've rented it. As soon as you stop your subscription, you don't own that game. That game is not yours. It might be installed and downloaded onto your hard drive, but you won't be able to play it because they'll lock you out. Simple as that. Anyway, that's enough ranting and raving and raging from me. Thank you for watching Really Cool Gaming Exploits. I hope that things are not as dark as they could possibly be, because this is kind of worst case scenario type stuff that I'm talking about. It's not end of the world stuff, but it is having a massive shit on your face stuff. Is like not good at all. But yeah, do that stuff that every other channel tells you to do. Fingers crossed for the future, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.